Hello, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Ongakudi, the podcast where three friends come together and break down what's new in the Japanese music industry. This is the podcast for the week of August 21st, 2020. I'm your host, Ken, and with me we have Gray.
What's happening, dudes?
And Luna.
Konnichiwa, minasan.
Konnichiwa, indeed. How are y'all doing? What we've been listening to?
Very tired and a lot of randoms. So, I'm still on Kenshi. I absolutely love Stray Sheep and am obsessed with it. Also been listening to Horie Yui, but a lot of her older music, some Mizuki Nana. Picked up Shifao again, who hasn't done music in ages and went back to her Clarity album, as it is fantastic. Also been listening to some Millet again, and Maze, since Maze dropped a new song. Been listening to it on YouTube. Thank you, Sony. And what else? Some Kodakumi, a little bit of Boa. I know there's been other random Arashi, and of course our music corner, and there's more random stuff thrown in. To be honest, I have just been playing random artists and getting very excited, discovering ones that I loved that years ago that just keep popping back up. Oh, and some M-Flow, because Otaquest held their little live last weekend and DJ Taku dropped some hot beats. So, brought me back to some of M-Flow's great remixes and a lot of anime tracks. Thank you, DJ Taku. What about you, Gray? What have you been listening to?
I have been listening to mostly Lucky Tapes. I've still been listening to their 22 EP, but also I've been listening to their Mars single, which is really fantastic, and Blue, which is really good. I went back and listened to Virtual Gravity, which was freaking amazing. So I've been mostly listening to that for the week. Been listening to the MC, which we will get to, and I have been listening to... There was one other person I listened to this week. No, it's all I can think about. What have you been listening to, bud?
So I was continuing on off of indie from last week, so there was that. After that, I was going on to another rapper called Daichi Yamamoto. He's an actually really good one and probably a future MC down the line. Besides that, I was listening to Polka Dot Stingray's song Free. It was back in July, but I never did really had chance to go and listen to it due to all the Kenshi shenanigans. But over the last couple weeks, actually, I've been kind of listening to it. It's pretty decent. It is what it needs to be. I also was listening to Blue featuring Koji Koji by Lucky Tapes, in continuation from last week. Like I said, Koji Koji is probably another really great vocalist that we'll need to focus on at a later date for Music Corner, because all the collabs that she has done as of right now have been really, really good, either with Sodane or with Lucky Tapes. She is a vocalist to kind of look out for. I have been going on to Kenshi back to back, time to time, with Denen and with Stray Sheep as a whole. Not Denen, Konden. I've been thinking of Deno for some strange reason. But besides that, nothing too much out of the ordinary. I did listen to Ghost Like Girlfriend's Baki no Kawa again, but it was probably like a one-off throughout the week. But with that, let's continue on to the news here. And Gray, you have our first piece of news, so go right ahead.
Yeah, I'm very happy to. So our first article for the day, we're going to be talking about six-member idol group Lucky Doll, as they've announced they're going to be dropping a brand new single titled Manatsu Illusion. It's going to be coming out in 2 editions. All the information is in the article. The new single itself is going to be released on September 22nd, and this will be their first release for the year of 2020. So we have their last music video, if you can not remember what last Lovely Doll sounds like, and we have the pre-order links for the 2 editions in the article.
Continuing on up to the band project for the vocalist Kaori Ijin, called Milky Way, announced that they will be releasing a brand new mini album called Bokudara no Kanjo Hakado O that will release on September 30th. This will be the latest release done by the band since their Jikoku de Aitara Kisu Shite back in July of 2017, and will be the 3rd mini album overall. It will release a 6 tracks total and a CD-only center edition. You can check out all the information about that on our site, along with the music video for S&S Kurosaso on our site as well.
All right, next up we have a Music Corner alumni. Chanmina has announced that her first single of the year will be titled Angel and will come out on September 9th. It follows up her previous double mini albums that released in February earlier this year, the Notebook ones. This new track is a summer tune with a Latin flavored beat. You can check out that music video on our site along with an actually really cool teaser. It will come in 2 editions, and you can check out the track listing, covers, and pre-order links on the site. I'm so excited. I already pre-ordered my copy a month ago.
All right, moving on up to our next article, we're going to be talking about 9-member girl idol group Tsubaki Factory. As they've announced, they're going to be dropping their 7th single. It's going to be a double A-side single titled Danshaism, and Ima Nanji, and is set to be released on September 30th. This will be, like I said, the group's 7th single, and the song Danshaism is being written and composed by Shakai. It's going to be released in 4 editions. It's kind of convoluted, so it's best just to go check out the article if you want all the details on that, along with pre-order links for each of the 4 editions. And we have their last song for anyone to check out.
And then bringing on up to the next article here. In honor to celebrate their 35th anniversary, popular 4-member punk band The Blue Hearts announced they'll be releasing a brand new best of album titled All Time Best Memorials 2, and it's a single collection called All Time Singles Super Premium Best, both on October 21st. Continuing the trends of the 30th best albums, it'll be issued on a metallic and Warner style material disc and will come with 42 tracks total, while the all-time best will have both the A-side and B-sides of all the singles throughout their luxurious career. It will also feature a DVD that has 15 music videos, but yeah, you can check out all the information about that on our site, including their hit song Linda Linda, which eventually we'll be talking about pretty soon, so keep an eye out for that. And then continuing on up to tease the release of their then upcoming EP, super cool EP, the popular 6-member alt-idol group Umpire released the track This Is Umpire Sound on all digital streaming music platforms. This was the latest song released beforehand since Super Feeling Good back in April and was their second digital single done in 2020. You can check out all the information for that, including the music video for This Is Umpire Sound, on our site.
All right, next up is Nakagawa Shoko, who is a popular vocalist, voice actress, seiyuu, and actress, has announced that she will be releasing a new single called Fude Fude on September 9th. This will be her first release since her album RBG dropped in December of last year, and it's technically her first release of 2020. So Shokotan is a major staple in the industry and has participated in many famous anime, which you can read about on our site. And this one is similar. So this one is actually a little bit of a dance. It's a dance tune, and it will be the ending theme to the anime Hakushon Dai Mao 2020. You can check out the 2 editions that it comes in on our site, along with the cover art and her latest music video.
Then continuing on up to the 4-member rock band The Songbirds announced that they will be releasing a brand new mini album titled Solitude on September 23rd. Taking the theme of loneliness, this will be the latest release done by the band since their album Choose Life back in November of last year, and will be the 3rd mini album overall. You can check out all the information about this. It will release with 2 editions, along with the trailer for Solitude on our site.
All right, next up, Kodakumi announces her 20th anniversary tour. Those of you who don't know, she's a Japanese pop singer, songwriter, and industry icon. So that 20th anniversary tour will be, of course, Kodakumi 20th anniversary tour 2020, My Name Is. And it will begin on September 12th. You can read about all the dates and times that tour is happening. And it has also the locations translated as well. And this will be a big deal as in December 6th, 2000, her debut single Take Back came out. Also check out her latest music video, Puff. There is a original version that is out now on YouTube, and it's also on our site.
And then continuing on up to the producer of the popular girl idol group Nikiko Kani announced that he will be releasing a brand new mini album titled Voices 2 on August 25th. Obviously, this is a sequel to his original mini album Voices that was released last year, and will be collaborating with a bunch of different artists such as Lisa Nakagawa and Mare Takehashi. It'll come with 5 tracks, so you can find out all the information for that on our site.
So next up is Korean 6-member girl group (G)I-DLE have announced that they will be releasing their second Japanese mini album, Oh My God, on August 26th. This comes a little over a year after their debut Japanese mini album, La Ta Ta, which was July of 19. Oh My God will also be used as the lead track for the album, and it has also been included on their Korean mini album, I Trust. And the track made number 1 on iTunes on the general charts in 61 countries. So that's a pretty big deal having that track on there. And this will also include one original song, Tongue Tongue, just for this release. It will be coming in 3 different editions, which you can read about on our site. And you can also check out the cover artwork and check out the music video for Oh My God as well.
And then continuing on up to Music Corner alum Penguin Rush announced that they will be making their major label debut with Speedstar Records on September 2nd with their album Kaiko Shiki. And this will be the latest release done by the band since their digital single Takanari back in June, and will be the first album of 2020. This will release with 12 tracks total and come with a standard edition. You can check out all the information about that on our site, along with the music video for Takanari on our site as well. It's good to see them.
It is. I was wondering what happened to them. Good to see them back.
Yeah, it's nice to see them making their way up. That's awesome.
All right. So next up is Mary's Blood, who is a Japanese all-female metal band, have announced that they will be releasing a special cover album entitled Reanimator on August 26th. I'll just say, whenever I think of Reanimator, I think of the horror movie. So I had a little bit different thing in mind, but their title totally makes it work. So this will be their first cover album, and it will include the theme songs to many popular anime, and will fuse it with heavy metal. And so, very interesting, as they appeared at Anime Matsuri in 2013 as a main musical act, and they were a big hit. So this is a nice thing. They all enjoy anime, so this is something cool that they're doing for this. And you can check out, as it comes in 2 different editions, check out those on our site, along with track listing, cover art, and also a live clip from their 10th anniversary box set as well.
And then continuing on up to the vocalist Masayoshi Yamazaki announced that he will be releasing his brand new mini album One Day, also on August 26th. This will be the latest release done by the artist since his Quarter Note album back in November of last year, and will be honoring his 25th anniversary in the music industry. It'll come with 2 editions, which you can check out more information on our site, along with the music video for his song Updraft on our site as well. And then continuing on up to the rapper Keiju announced that he released his track Get Lonely across all digital music streaming platforms, and was the latest release done by him since Bound of Glory earlier in July, and was part of his major label debut album Tattoo, which is, you can check out more information about that on our site. It released with a single edition. It's really good. I've been actually really enjoying a lot of Keiju's works, and he's possibly another Music Corner right up in the future as well.
All right, as next up is Nightmare is continuing to celebrate their 20th anniversary with many new releases. Those of you who don't know, they are a visual kei band and industry veteran. They have been around for amazing 20 years, and they are still kicking butt. So they've released all of their 20th anniversary Nightmare personal best albums, which you can check out all editions on our site. And not only have they released those, they also dropped their 20th anniversary special live Gyangism Sayaku, which is also available in 3 different editions. And we got all the track listing, covers, and all the information on that on our site. I highly recommend checking it out, as their personal best albums all coincide with their birthdays. And the live concert has some very cool features that you can read about on there. You can also check out a live concert clip of their tour at Yokohama Arena on there as well.
Yeah, I'm actually quite looking forward to this release because I really do like Nightmare. Nightmare was a big thing in my high school years, and they included my best song, Lost in Blue, on there, and it's my favorite song by them overall if I had to pick and choose. So, quite excited for this release.
Same.
And then continuing on up to the lovely 5-member Johnny Boy group King and Prince. After their chart-topping hit Maisie Night, they announced that they will be releasing a brand new album titled L and on September 2nd. This will be the second album done by the group since their debut album King and Prince back in June of last year, and will drop with 16 tracks total. You can check out all the information about that on our site. It'll come with 3 editions, and you can check out our exclusive bundle edition on our site as well.
Next one actually brings it a little close to home with me, as Japanese R&B vocalist Aisha has released her latest single titled My Home on all digital platforms. This is the first release from her since her mini album Lovesick in 2018, so I'm so happy to see her back. I love her. And My Home will actually is being used as the theme song for the movie Ike Ike Baka Onna Waga Michu wo Ike, which is out in theaters in Japan right now. If you can, go see it if you feel safe, and I hope this gets a US release. You can check out the music video / trailer on our site as well.
Continuing on up to the lovely 6-member rock band Rovo announced that they will be releasing a brand new album, also named Rovo, on September 9th. This will be their latest album released by the band since 9 back in 2016 and will be their 12th album overall. It will release with only a standard edition. You can check out all the information about that on our site along with the music video for Ron on our site as well. And then continuing on up to the lovely vocalist Kano announced that she will be releasing a brand new single called Nandame Tsukashi Nagoshin on September 2nd. This will be the latest release done by the artist since her album Yamfen back in March, and will be her 6th album overall. Per the usual releases of this artist, it is going to be used for the current popular slice of life anime Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out. It will release with 2 editions, and you can check out all the information about that on our site, including the music video for the song as well. And continuing on up after the digital hit Blood Pressure, 4-member rock band Attraction announced that they will be releasing a brand new album called Post Pump on August 26th. This will be the latest release done by the band since their album Distance back in December of last year, and will be their first major label album after being signed to Victor Entertainment. Released with 11 tracks total and come with 2 editions. You can check out all the information about this on our site, including their acoustic version of their track Blood Pressure on our site as well. And then continuing on up to the popular 3-member rock band Yinsen Square Garden announced that they will be releasing a brand new album titled Patrick Vigi on September 30th. This will be the latest album done by the band since Mood Mode back in January 2018, and will be their 11th album overall. It will release with 12 track totals and come with 3 editions, all of which you can check out all on the site, along with their music video for Phantom Joke on our site as well.
Alright, so next up is popular seiyuu and vocalist Mizuki Nana has announced her 40th single, and it so happens to be her 40th birthday this year. So pretty big deal right there, and it will come out on October 7th. The title of the single is yet to be determined. However, it will be a double A-side, and one of those will include Fire Scream, which is currently being used as the theme song for the smartphone game Senki Zisho Symphogear XD Unlimited, which is really related to the anime of the same name. Nana-chan has also done a lot of Symphogear related songs in the franchise, so it's only honorary she does this one as well. And you can read a little bit more about the theme song on our site, such as the composer and some information, and check out her latest big single, Metatonia, on our site as well.
And then popular 5-member boy group The Ice announced that they will be releasing a brand new single, Dreamin' On August 26th. This is part 1 of their promised 6-month consecutive release and will be the latest since Face back in April, and will be their 18th single overall. And as it kind of is teased in the title, it'll be used for the next theme song for the long-running pirate anime One Piece. So I know you're pretty excited there, Gray.
Yeah, well, I'm way behind on One Piece, but this is exciting. I like The Ice, I like One Piece. It's always nice when you see two things that you like come together and make this one glorious thing. So that is exciting.
Yeah, buddy. And it will come in 3 editions, which you can check out more information on our site, along with the music video for Dreamin' On and an exclusive bundle edition that we have on our site as well. And we have one piece of regular news here.
So our little bit of news that we have is 5-member idol group Cyber have announced that they will be disbanding on January 10th of 2021 at the Nippon Budokan performance of their Cyber Nari Yokohama Arena. And it's very unfortunate to see that, as they recently made their major debut with Victor Entertainment this year, actually in January, with their album Tokyo. And the member and producer of Cyber, Rinahamu Ichigo, had made this announcement at their free live performance called Cyber on July 18th, and she stated that they were pretty much created based on a concept of making dreams come true within a limited time before it disbands or dissolves. So they pretty much made all their dreams come true by working together. So since they've fulfilled each member's dream, it's the time to do this. And the best part is they're doing it at Nippon Budokan. And I feel like that is every artist's dream. And they each had their own stage dream that they wanted to be on. And this is the final one. So you can check out that their nationwide tour as it does begin. It'll be pretty much going from August until, of course, their final tour in January. We have all the tour dates and locations of where these will take place on our site. And we also have a little bit of their latest music video on here, Suetai Koto, as well. And I'm a little disappointed to see their disbandment, as I was really starting to like them. But I'm really glad they made all their dreams come true, that they can disband and be happy about it.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of sucks too, because I saw them last year. Because they came to perform here, for a performance that my company does, and they came to perform for the public, and it was like, oh, they have some really hardcore fans, and it was very exciting to see them live, but it's kind of sad to see them kind of flutter away, but it's good to kind of see them just go out on a good note, so to speak. So.
Yeah, they're going out on their terms, I feel like. So I think it's a good thing they're going out the way they want to. It's just unfortunate we won't hear anything new by them, but I mean, who knows, maybe some of the members might decide to do something themselves later.
Yeah, they might continue on just as a solo work or join other groups.
Yeah.
But yeah, with that, let's continue on to the music corner here. And this week, Gray, you have the honors to have this week, so go right ahead and introduce us to your choice.
Yeah, so this week I had the lovely honor and privilege of kind of going back to my old wheelhouse. I went with a boy group I like to do, and I found these guys the way I've been finding a lot of the artists I've been choosing to cover lately, their recommendations through Apple Music. So this week I chose to do Dreammaker. Dreammaker is a 4-member boy group. They are a vocal heavy group. The 4 members are Shungo, Yasu, Ryota, and Ryo. But one of the things that they are all passionate about is their music, as that is the catchphrase of the group, is passion. And You can really hear that. It's not in every song, but there's a couple of songs like their passion really, really shines through. One of the best songs I could think of is the one that's in the article, Alive. Like, you can really hear the passion of these guys and just how much full of life that they are. They're really, really good. They started off as a 6-member group. They are down to 4. They've only been around a couple of years. So I still think they're trying to figure a few things out, and it kind of shows a little bit. But, you know, when they hit all the right notes, they really come together and they have this really great sound that they do. One of my favorite songs is Cho-i Kanji. That song is absolutely fantastic. It's the second song on their We Are Dreammakers EP 2. And they're just like a really, really good group. Like, the best group I could immediately compare them to would be Color Creation. And I don't think they quite hit those highs, but I think they're on the road. I think they're still trying to figure out that process. And they have like some really, really good tracks. Nakama's also a really good song, and that's their latest song on Apple Music. Just a heads up, not all of their music is on Apple Music, as their song Alive is not on Apple Music. So you kind of have to do a little bit of the YouTube and a little bit of like the Spotify or Apple Music to get a full sampling of what they have. But they're pretty good group. They have a really good range. They can do fun pop songs, they can do ballads, and they mix it up. Even their pop songs, like, they introduce like a couple of different instruments, or they have a slightly unique sound. Just depends on the song. But I've thoroughly enjoyed these guys. They've been a blast to discover and listen to. What are your guys' thoughts on Dreammaker?
So I thought they were okay. It's not my thing, to be honest, but I thought their slower songs were very well done. The song Be Alright, I thought, stood out as it had a good composition, and all their vocals came together very nicely. And some of the other ones, like, I enjoyed. Utage I enjoyed. I also really liked... It was one of their singles. It was Aino Uta. I thought that one was a very nice track. I'm trying to think of... I mean, they're not too much of my thing, unfortunately. I did think their newest one, Nakama, was pretty decent. I thought for going from dropping members looks like every year or two, they went from 6 to 4. I thought from losing 2 members, they actually did a very good job with their coordination on it. And thought they had some solid vocals. Unfortunately, I didn't care for their upbeat stuff, as it was just too much for me, but that's just because I have a little bit different style of music, so it's not quite my thing. But I think they had some solid vocals there and some catchy tunes as well. I think they're 1 or 2 tracks away from just getting pushed to the limelight. I think they need a little bit more of a standout track, as it feels like a good amount of their stuff kind of blends together and feels a little generic. So once they find that standout track, I think it'll be good.
So, I mean, they're a very interesting group. I'm going to say it that much. They aren't going to hit that level of color creation, not yet anyway. I want to kind of see a couple of their work beforehand. But I got to always ask, because you bring this up, what group did you link them from? That was the...
I don't remember because it's been 2 or 3 weeks now. I want to say it was Ivy, but I could be wrong on that. I know they weren't a color creation suggestion. I remember it being a kind of really odd like link to it. I was like, oh, you might like this group. I was like, that's weird. Because when I clicked on it, I was expecting something else. I'm like, I wasn't expecting this, but yeah.
For notes, if you're going to be doing that, I'm going to ask you every single time now.
Okay. And it could have been Ace Collection, honestly. That's a decent possibility.
Yeah, I was going to say, this sounds kind of Ace Collection light, too. Because, I mean, they have some really good tracks. I think their vocal work is a little bit better, in my opinion. But when they bring that to the forefront, it's really, really strong. They're more poppy stuff. I mean, it's like bite-sized stuff that you'll listen to and you'll be like, oh yeah, it's decent. I don't need to kick it out for anything, so to speak. But with this band, this group, it's very interesting to kind of listen to this and be like, it's what I need for the week, for boy groups. That's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hate anyone over it, but it's pretty decent. I'm not gonna kick it out, but there wasn't songs that for me anyway really stood out in my opinion. Except
Yeah.
their ballads. Their vocal work is fan freaking tastic, and I can kind of see that Color Creation comparison, but Color Creation, to my point of view, they have strong vocal work regardless of the track. This only shows up in their ballads.
Yeah, I guess I could
That's-
see that.
That's
Yeah.
where my thing comes from Dreammaker. Their strong points is their ballads, while Color Creation, their strong vocal work is all around.
Yeah, and that's why I say they need more fine tuning just a little bit. Like you said, like when especially in their ballads. I mean, I've enjoyed their pop music. Now I will say like their vocal quality on their pop is not nearly as nice as it is the ballad. And I do think in some ways it's a lot easier to pull off a really beautiful ballad because it's what you're going for. But at the same time, like I said, I think they need a little fine tuning. I think them losing members has not helped them at all.
Oh
Just
yeah,
because,
no, it's
like,
not gonna help them at all.
Yeah.
Once it's gonna be like that Lucky Tape situation where once they had found out how many members are, because remember Lucky Tapes used to be a 6-member band at one point in time, but now they're 3. Once they had that 3-member group going, they were driving and they know their strengths and weaknesses. I think after
Yeah.
a couple more works done by Dreammaker, I can see them being fairly decent in the market for the boy groups that are kind of popping up a little bit now for the Japanese market. So it's
Yeah.
good, and I can see their following. I can totally understand. It's just I need maybe one more year of good solid work of fine tuning. Then with one hit, I can probably get hooked by. But as of right now,
Yeah.
I need that fine tuning.
Yeah, because I'm like, as like you're developing your group dynamic with 4, and you know all of a sudden like you're used to leaning on somebody or whatnot, and now they're not there anymore. It really throws you off, and you have to figure out how to work with one less group member. So, yeah, I'm with you. I think they need just a little bit more fine tuning, but I really think they're a diamond in the rough, and they're
Oh yeah,
definitely
no,
definitely
I
something
totally,
worth hopping on pretty early on in their career, because I think they'll make dreams when they get it. When they
yeah,
get it.
I totally agree with you. They are a diamond in the rough. They just need to crack a little harder, so to speak.
Oh,
But
you know,
yeah.
just get that polish, that sheen. But
Yeah.
I think they're pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're pretty decent from what I've been hearing. It's just that I need one more thing, and just a little bit more fine tuning will help that out. But yeah, I want to say thank you for introducing us to Dreammaker.
You guys are welcome.
It'll be very interesting to come back to them in about three to 4 months from now.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
because they could have another release. I don't think they have a release plan for 2020, but if they do, that'll definitely be something that we could check out and talk
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
For sure. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. It was a pleasure.
But yeah, with that, let's continue on to the Oricon here, and how nothing really changed. I'll tell you that much.
Nope, it didn't.
Yeah, the first 5 or so tracks were exactly the same as last week. So let's kind of just knock these out and continue on to our newer tracks. First off, it's Lemon at number 10 by Yunezi Kenshi. Can't say I'm surprised. It is probably being account for Stray Sheep's digital sales or digital downloads and streaming counts. So that's probably helping it. It's kind of cheating in my point of view, but it is what it is. So this week it sold a lovely 18,189 points. Continuing on to the TikTok happy song "Make You Happy" by Need You, and since Instagram been introducing their thing called Reels, I've been seeing a lot of integration from TikTok to Reels for the Japanese market, and they've been kind of doubling down. And I've been out of, I want to say 7 out of 10 times, it's gonna be this song that shows up, and people doing the stupid dance that they do for the chorus. But regardless, Make You Happy sold a lovely 18,976 points. Going on up, it is Haraka no Kokoro. this is another song that kind of showed up on Reels also once every so often. And I can't wait. Aimyon's new album is on the forefront, and I can't wait to go and dissect it.
I can't either. I'm so excited.
That is for darn sure. And this week it sold a lovely 21,921 points. Continuing on up to number 7, it is Uma Toshika by Yonezu Kenshi. Once again, it's probably being account for the streaming and download links from Stray Sheep, so it is what it is. It's continuing its stays power at number 7. And this week it sold a lovely 21,951 points. And continuing on up to number 6, it is Kosui by Eito. Now, ironically, this is also another track that I've been seeing on Reels or TikTok or whatever as well, and it is extremely popular for the Japanese market. A lot of people have been either doing vocal work or doing dramatizations. I've been kind of air quoting there of using the song for a morning appeal, and it kind of fits that after I kind of been hearing it for close to 3 hours. But this week it sold a lovely 26,626 points. And going on up to number 5, it is our first new edition. It is G4 2020 by Glay. So this was a quadruple A-side single. I don't know why they're trying to stand out with this, because they could have just done with just the 2. But I mean, is it a real quadruple A side if only one song, in my opinion, is the best out of all of them?
No, not really.
I mean, quality-wise, that's a different conversation to be had.
I mean, it was solid. I don't think they all needed to be A-sides, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's over A-sided. I agree with you guys.
Well, what'd you guys think of it overall, though?
I mean, I enjoyed it, but I like Glay, and Glay is Glay. I mean, I know what I'm getting from them. I know what I expect, and I enjoy their music style. They do have some good guitar riffs when they go on them, some great instrumentation. I enjoy their vocals. I wouldn't say it's my favorite by them, but I think it's solid. I really enjoyed the Taku Takahashi remix, Into the Wild. That was freaking amazing, but I also think I enjoyed Into the Wild a lot more because I had to listen to it over and over and over with its many remixes. But I wouldn't say that's the best one on there.
No, my favorite one was Ryoji no How?
Ryusei no How. Yeah,
Ryusei.
that was my favorite,
Ryusei.
Ryusei no How. I thought that was the best.
I think that was the best one, but I think Rock Academia, it isn't terrible. It's almost catchy. not the boat you want to be in. Either you want to be catchy or not almost, but it's almost catchy. Like it just, it's weird. I don't know why, but I don't feel like that song comes together right. Dope was okay. I wouldn't qualify. I don't think it's a dope song, but you know, it's hard to live up to your name when you're called Dope. And Into the Wild was okay. I felt like Into the Wild was way too long. This is a 7-minute song, and I was like, I don't know.
That's why I love the remix. The Takahashi remix is amazing.
Because it's shorter?
He did a really good job mixing it up into beats. I think that's probably why I liked it, is he made it a little bit more upbeat and it made it more interesting. But yes, the remixes are shorter.
Yeah. I did not get and I know I'm the one that tends to harp on song length a lot, but if you look at Ryusei no How, that's a almost 6-minute song, and I didn't really find that to be an overbearingly long song, but halfway through Into the Wild, I was like, I'm really done with this song, and it was like 3 minutes left. I was like, God, it was hard. So,
I mean, continuing our talk from last week, when I say a band and I immediately think of an anime, when I hear Glay, I think of Diamond no Ace immediately, because 4 songs used by Diamond no Ace, the baseball anime, was from Glay, and they always use their songs for some strange reason. And they're pretty decent for what it is, but I don't know why it's used for that anime. And If you say no, how is that song that was used for this past seasons for Domino Ace, and it was all right. I liked it. The other songs were just, I know what I'm getting, like how you say, Luna. I know what I'm getting for when I hear Glay. I hear that 80s style rock, and I don't know if they have the guts to pull it off as nostalgic as 80s styles rock is. It's 80s style rock with a modern flair, and I kind of
Yep.
don't like that sometimes.
Yep.
I mean, that's what's getting me with Rock Academia specifically. Don't it's all right, but it's not really getting me into it. And same for Into the Wilds. He meets it's all right, but yeah, you're right, Gray. The song length does kind of harp into it, and you say no how it's a 5 minute track. It's 2 minutes shorter than that. So I mean, that's what's kind of giving its edge too. Even if I didn't have to compare it to Diamond Oasis, but it is what it is. Glay is still gonna sell. It's sold alright comparatively, and this week it sold a lovely 29,397 points overall. So it is what it is. And then continuing on up to number 4, it is Yoru Kakeru by Yaosobi. Not much we can say. Yaosobi's been killing it since the stay-at-home movement, and she's been kind of going at it. I can't wait for her next release now. So, this week it sold a lovely 30,634 points, and going on up to number 3, it is Kanden by Yonezu Kenshi, probably taking a part of that Stray Sheep numbers there, so it's not too bad, all things considered. But this week it sold a lovely 33,588 points. Going on up to number 2, it is Hello EP. Staying in at number 2, this week it sold a little bit better at 52,107 points. Not much we can say. It is what it is. Official is going to probably sell well, but overall the lack of taste for our end isn't really doing so well with this group. They need to go away, take a break, so to speak, just like you said, Gray.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, with that, let's continue on to number 1 here, and it's a reintroduction to the lovely song called Smile by 2020. If you guys don't remember, 2020, it is the total group of Johnny's Entertainment Associates, so the regular groups and the Johnny Juniors group came together to build this track, and it is amazing. I really do like it. It's pretty solid. I liked it then. I still liked it now. So, do you guys have any comments to kind of bring this up?
I really like this song. I had forgotten about it, and I had to be reminded of it. But it's still a pretty solid song. I think it does what it needs to do. It hits the right notes. It's nice that it did really well this week. I'm glad to see that it was number 1. And you know, I kind of wish Johnny's would do more of these things. I get it. Like, they should only do it like every once in a while. I don't want them to do this like on the regular or anything like that, because then it'll be just tiresome. But it's really nice to see, like, just for them to get everybody together and they just come together and they do like a really good song. Maybe they can do like another one for like the Olympics or something. That would be really cool. It might be too late for that, but still, I felt like 2020 was really good, or Smile was really good, and definitely worth checking out again if you haven't checked it out since the last time we talked about it.
So I didn't forget about it because I was eyeing it on CD Japan, as I loved the song when we initially covered it, and I'm glad to see it back again at number 1. And I think Smile is fantastic. Hearing all the Johnnies harmonized together, and you think about how many members there are combined and how amazing they made this song, and you can hear the great vocal skills they have. And I will say the composition is fantastic, as it feels very theatrical to me, and that's another thing that made it stand out. And I just absolutely love this, and it really does do something to bring people together, and it makes you smile, and that's how I feel about it when I listen to it. It's a song to help everyone come together, and I cannot say enough about how much I love this one, and I'm really glad it sold as well as it did.
Yeah, that's for darn sure. I'm happy for the physical release for this song to do as well as it did, and You're right, Gray. I do wish that they do another track for the Olympics. Hopefully that'll come true, but at this point, who knows because of everything that's going on. But
Yeah, it's really hard to, because I know it's been kicked a year, but like I don't even think they've announced like dates or anything like that. So
no,
I
they
mean,
did.
it's just
It's the same amount, but
oh
it'll go
okay.
at this. It'll go at the same time. But the thing is, they did give a quantified date to be like, if it doesn't get cleared up by this certain date, then we won't have it again. Yeah, because at that point, if they extend it to another year, it'll be Winter Olympics.
Pretty much, yeah. You're not
Yeah,
wrong
so
on that.
yeah, but yeah, it's good overall, and this is a kind of song that needed to have been released during the time that it did, and I'm happy for it. It's a great vocally and uplifting song that just kicks you in the feels, and I love it just so much. And physically, it sold amazing. It sold 417,016 points. And with that, let's continue on to the albums here. So, I mean, there's a couple things to note here. Officials, their album before Traveler popped up again, which is great. You got Bootleg kind of going back up again. Yorushika's album went a bit down. BTS's album went down. Make You Happy by Niju came up again. It's probably because of the streaming links. So this is good. Storyline by Agronavi getting even at number 4, which is good because Agronavi is the male version of the Bang Dream project. This is their pop-in party, so to speak, if you guys are in the lingo there. And it's good that they kind of debuted at number 4. Granted, the sales could be a little bit better, but they did make it at number 4. That's good for them because the anime is not too good in my opinion, but neither was Poppin' Party when or Bang Dreams one when it first came out. But that's good for them. V by My First Story at number 2. Good for My First Story. I've been waiting to see where this would kind of go up, and good for them. And number 1, staying at number 1 is Stray Sheep by Yonezu Kenshi. 300,000. So already 1.3 million copies sold for Stray Sheep. Just fantastic. Just
Oh my god, it
fantastic.
is. It is. Just think we all contributed to that. And everyone else. So many people have been purchasing this and listening to it. And I'm so happy for Yunezu. I'm so happy to see this on here. And selling
Yes.
so well.
So it'll be interesting to see how it will pair up against Aimyon's album in September if it stays that long. I think Stray Sheep will stay another couple weeks, so it'll be exciting to see that little matchup to see if Aimyon will take a big chunk of that number. But we'll see because as of right now, it's gonna be Stray Sheep number 1 album and probably Kenshi as artist of the year for the industry as a whole. I can already
I'm
see
thinking,
that.
yep, I think so too.
Unless Odyssey can pull something, which they might because it is their last year before they go out on hiatus. It'll be very interesting to see. But yeah, with that, I want to say thank you for listening to this week's episode of Ongaku. You can find us on all the social media sites. Ongaku on Twitter and Instagram. You can find the site at ongaku.com. You can follow us on the YouTubes where all our episodes are on up, including a special anime episode where you can check out on our YouTube channel there. Just look up Ongaku. You can follow our affiliates. Koryu Hunter, he is a Twitch streamer who is just in love with Donkey Kong and the Kongs in general. But he's been moving on to Nintendo 64 as of late. He did do a Retrosaurus, his little video overview of Castlevania 64, so go check that out. You can check his streams out at twitch.tv/KoryuHunter, KYORYUHUNTER. You can also check out our other affiliate, Timbertath, which, ironically, I kind of projected the future for this because last week I said that he'll probably be doing Paper Mario, and later on that week he did do Paper Mario for his streams. But so you can check that out at twitch.tv/Timbertaft, TIMBERTAFT. And you can check out your sister, Luna Rose, who's been doing a lot of Monster Hunter stuff. I kind of watched one of her streams earlier in the week. It's been exciting, so I can't wait to see more by her. You can check her out at twitch.tv/RainstarKitty, RAINSTARKITTY. You can also check out our last affiliate, Fangirl Has No Name. She is a variety streamer who does very, very much help with the Zelda community there in course of lore and theory crafting. You can check her out at twitch.tv/fangirlhasnoname, FANGIRLHASNONAME. You can also check out the podcast that I do with Fangirl, Timber, and Kill called Potosaurus. However, this week it was only me and Timber again, so kind of check out the hootenannies that we did that episode. There was a couple other things that we talked about. We got into an argument about Kingdom Hearts and how stupid that game is at certain points of view. We also talk about the Zelda timeline and what does it take to beat Zelda Breath of the Wild. You can listen to my arguments towards Timber on Potosaurus. Just look that up. Koryu Hunter up, that is, on all podcast streaming services. And also, you can find me on Twitter at OTYKen1, where I talk about Bang Dream, Aina Aiba, games, basketball because of the NBA Finals, Bang Dream, light novels occasionally, Bang Dream, and more games. And did I mention Bang Dream? Bang Dream. And where can we find you, Luna?
You can find me on Letterboxd, Twitter, my anime list, Anime Planet, at LunaMarie87, where you can keep up with what I'm watching. My latest anime is Keijo, which is actually the most amusing thing I've watched while exercising. And you can also follow me on Instagram as Nerdy Collector Luna, and you can keep up with what movies I'm watching as well. And right now it's anything Mako Kaji.
And you, Gray?
You can follow me on Twitter at Ongaku Gray, where I tweet about what I'm watching, what I'm playing, all that fun jazz. I just picked back up. I don't know why, but I've had like this deep urge to play Dragon Quest XI. I bought it for the PS4, and I beat, I'll say like 90% of that game, but I just kind of got busy and couldn't finish that last 10%. And I've been wanting to go back and play it, but I'm like, I don't know. I've been playing a lot of my Switch lately, and being anchored to the TV just makes it seem like excruciatingly difficult for some stupid reason. So I just picked it back up for the Switch, and I'm hoping to dive into that. But I've also been playing Dragon Quest III, which I have not played since I was in middle school. So I'm like,
I was going to say, there's a definitive edition that you can play on your Switch and problem solve.
Yes. Yeah, no, I literally bought that like 4 hours ago. But
yeah.
I'm like a quarter of the way into Dragon Quest III, and I'm like, well, I don't want to stop playing Dragon Quest III because I just bought Dragon Quest XI. So I'm still playing Dragon Quest III. It's a fun game. If you like old classic JRPGs, that's a good one I recommend. And it's like $12 on the Switch store. Like they've released Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3 on the Switch. And so if you want to play like classic JRPGs, like that's a good way to go about it. I like I said, if you want to follow my ramblings and all that fun jazz, follow me on Twitter at OngakuGray, where that's the kind of things you can expect.
Yeah, by the way, I did pick up the Bring Arts figure for the Dragon Quest 11 Hero, and it's actually really good. I've been kind of going on a huge Bring Arts figure kick as of late, so I've been thinking of getting number 3's Hero because they have 3, 5, and 11. So yeah. I have 11, and that was fairly cheap, but I've been thinking about getting 3 and 5's one too, because 3 is the traditional looking Yusha, and number 5 is the one that everyone kind of knows the series for, so to speak.
Yeah, I will say I deeply regret I never got to play 4, 5, and 6. 4, 5, 6, or 7. Like I never got to play those 4 games.
7 was really good. 7 was probably my favorite overall, but that can go on for next week's episode. So
yes, that's something we can talk about later because I'm a huge Dragon Quest VIII fan. God, I love that game.
But yeah, with that, I want to say thank you so much again for listening to this week's episode of Ongaku Ryu. I'm your host Ken, saying thank you very much and have a great day. Aloha.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of Ongaku Ryu. Hope you enjoyed it. We will catch you next time. Ja mata ne.
And this is great. Hope everyone has a wonderful week, and we'll be right back here next week on another brand new episode. Bye-bye.